Hello folks, it's Rich here, the novice noisemaker. How are people? I like guitars. Don't we all? That's why we're here. Can't play it very well, that doesn't matter. I just like them. So, if you're new here, hello. If you're not new here, hello. If you saw a video I did recently, I had a Squier Classic Vibe FSR. Vintage blonde with white pickguard. And it came and it sounded amazing and it felt amazing. Well, I thought so anyway. But the paint job was not nice. You could see, yeah, it just looked unfinished. I don't know, well, you saw it, didn't you? It wasn't good. I sent it back. But I really like the guitar in principle. I thought I need to get another one of them. I mean, I've had Classic Vibe tellies many times before, so it's not new. I appreciate it's not new to the viewer. They've been around forever, haven't they? But for good reason. Because they're good. You've got to like the stickier neck. Although I was surprised when it came last time. It wasn't as thick and sticky as I remember it being when I had them previously. Certainly glossy, not sticky. So that was good. But yes, I had to go back. One thing about that particular one was it had a poplar body, which was the same. For those who've really been around a while, I had a Squier Classic Vibe 70s Strat FSR, vintage blonde. I should have kept it. That was also poplar body. But of course, the traditional material for a telly of this era is pine, and this for FSR is back to pine. So I don't know why. Anyone know why they did poplar in some of those, but just kept to pine in others? Very odd. Anyway, so I'm hoping that this will sound every bit as good, and that tone wood, as it won't make a difference here. Get out of the box. I want to see one more goodies. I do like these Squier boxes. It's a box in a box, which is get out. Bloody well. Soz. Hold on. Look. They come all packed in here. You know, a bit of Lego stroke, Tetris stroke, Jenga stroke, something or another. So yes, so I was going to order another one of the one I had before, just hope that the paint job was better, but I thought it was a bit risky. I don't live near any stores where I am, although I do travel a bit with my job, and a lot of them just don't have them in stock. So I thought this one is more likely to be a safe bet. And whilst I love blonde guitars, I've not had one for a while really, I also like sunburst in traditional kind of guitars. So I'm hoping this one will do the trick. Or does it feel lighter? I don't know. Yeah. So sunburst, it's a two-tone sunburst. Do you remember the Stevie Ray Vaughan inspired sort of tribute Squier FSR that I had just last week and sent back? That had a beautiful two-tone burst on that guitar. Really, really good. Was it a three-tone burst? I think three-tone. So I'm hoping this is good. And I think the reason this is an FSR, not because the guitar itself is any different. There's a thick rubber bands. I'm really out of breath. Should work on my fitness. Is they, in the sunbursty kind of colour, in the Classic Vibe, it's usually the custom, which is double bound. They don't do one with a maple neck, and I am a maple neck kind of man. So, yeah, so I think the actual burst itself, hopefully, is going to look lovely, and it's got a maple neck, so it ticks boxes for me. Ticking off the boxes. Now, oh hello. Yeah, daylight is gone, so we're here with, ooh, the next. Well, firstly, that is a beautiful burst, I think. First impressions of that. Look how it just graduates softly. It doesn't just go from one colour to another. You can see some of the wood grains going through it. Oh, and absolutely wonderfully, you can't see like a big stripe or a big line where the woods join, because it'll also be multiple pieces. Can't tell from the back, you can tell from the bottom. The pieces of wood on one, two, maybe three pieces. One thing that's different, I think, to the other one, but I had to stand aside, I think that neck tint is a bit darker than the other one that I had. Is that a bit darker or is it just a light? I think it might, probably not darker, is it? The fretwork on the other one was really good. No, same here. I think that'll pass the Film McKnight sock test. And frets are polished. That's one thing I noticed about Squier Classic Vibes. You know, people kind of slating the Indonesian ones, saying the Chinese ones were better. Maybe they were. I did a video ages ago because I had a Chinese Classic Vibe and an Indonesian one. And that particular Chinese one I thought was a bit better. I can't remember why. Sounded a bit better, felt a bit better, don't know. Squier say bone nut on these. Just from a look to see how well that's cut. A bit hard to tell until you get going. All the strings are seated fairly well. Not sharp on their shoulders. It's got some nice little bit of grain going on through that headstock. Can I pick that up at all? As well. All the ferrules are sunk evenly. Yep, no, not quite actually, but it's minuscule. Which string? The high E ferrule is sunk in probably about 1 mil more than the rest. Oh, that's a good shot. You can just about see that, look. One over this side. It's a tiny thing. The other one I got, the pick guard was slightly warped. This one's not, so that's good. How does the switch feel? Feels alright, that does. It's got a nice click. Tiny bit of sideways movement. Knobs. Yeah. So this will be kept because I like it. The colour's great and I want a traditional looking and sounding telly. And that is traditional looking and it will be traditional sounding. So I will replace the saddles with some compensated brass saddles. It's one thing they stopped doing on Classic Vibes a while ago, is putting the brass saddles on as standard. Somewhere on a spec I read a little while ago that these are nickel plated brass, which sounds nonsense to me. Or if that is the case, why would you do that? They should just be brass, because that's how they should look. That's how a telly should look for me. I'm absolutely delighted with that. Absolutely delighted with it. Frets feel good. And it's got that nice thinner neck that I like. The neck on my Chapman ML3 modern traditional, and that's going to be a difficult comparison to see there, but I'm telling you now, that is chunky. That is chunkier than a Mexican player series. It is a fat neck, that is. And this is not a fat neck. We'll call it a skinny neck. Slightly sharp shoulders, not sharp, thick shoulders on that nut. Yeah, what do you think of that? Let me know.